Alright everyone, welcome back to Champions of the Fog. This is Qualifier number 15, and we have Eternal versus Timeless. Interesting. Is this a mirror match between two, like, infinite names? Is that what this is? Eternal and Timeless?
You know, actually, I think it is. And I think that that's a really special thing that we're going to get to witness together today, Rue.
It's a very good point. Also, I failed to mention, I have, once again, returning to the castdom. Is it called the castdom? Is it called the podcastdom? Is it called the micdom? I don't know. We have Tulico, IG, Bubble Tea in the house. Drop that mic. Like that Survivor.
Yo. How's everyone doing today, Chad? I hope you're well. Rue, I am thrilled as ever to be here casting with you, keeping you in line, and harassing you every now and then.
You know what? I'm into it. And also what I'm into is, look at the number of hexes I'm seeing on the screen. How many hexes is that? Have you been counting? I hope you've been counting, because I haven't. It's ruined.
I think I've seen at least 2.
Well, that would make sense. You don't take ruin by itself, I would. Okay, you might if you're crazy.
Oh, there's at least 3 out there. I think we've been seeing a lot of hex builds run on Wraith recently, so I wonder if this is the new thing to do.
Quite possibly. And beautiful body block coming in from the ace. Not letting the server go down too early here. There is no Sloppy Butcher.
Interesting.
Also, no Shadow Dance. That is... We're looking at Windstorm and Swift Hunt green add-ons. No Shadow Dance. Kind of wild, if you ask me.
And that
Also,
can be another hook for you.
oh, they're both body blocked? Well, okay, kind of body blocked. Okay, you got around the... Or, Kick got around the edge. Also, are you noticing the perk that I'm seeing?
No. Say again. Oh. Yeah.
I've seen the aura twice. I have not seen Friends to the End come into comp play before, but I'm very interested to see what kind of splash it makes.
Yeah, that's really interesting. That's definitely something we haven't seen before. It'll be interesting to see how helpful that is and how that plays out here.
Absolutely. And what's also terrifying right now is we've got 2 slugs, 1 survivor being sent back to the campfire, and a lowly Nia whose aura is revealed because of Friends to the End.
I would not want to be the Nia. You know,
I wouldn't
think
either.
Actually, this is probably a great perk to run on Wraith because you can capitalize so quickly on that information. Oh, she knew, though. She was waiting.
She was. Friends to the End just running out seconds before the hit is taken, but there's 2 survivors on the ground. I haven't seen an Unbreakable yet. This is looking like a very, very clean sweep for the Wraith of Eternal here.
Yeah, this is fairly brutal and fairly quick, but I mean it's Eternal.
Yeah, that is true. I woke up and I saw a tweet on Twitter saying that there was a hand coming out of a gravestone, and it seems like they are back in action, which, you know, I'm here for. I love to see it, but regardless, that is going to be a 4K1 for the Wraith, as I'm not seeing any way to get out of this.
That's maybe the fastest match I've ever seen in comp, personally.
It was pretty quick.
You know, Eternal has a history of being a very, very strong, very ruthless team when it comes to this game. Clearly, our killer is showing exactly that. This was a quick match, played very skillfully. Unfortunately, the survivors just couldn't really get any purchase.
That is
fair. Did we
fair.
even get a full... I don't even know that we got a full build reveal.
We did. We saw Ruin. And... Wraith, your survivor, Kobe.
Oh?
Go get him. We have Deli.
Oh my God. Do they not? They don't know.
Oh, yeah.
They don't know.
They don't.
Oh my God. They think it's over.
I mean, to be fair, in almost every other tournament, that it would be. In almost every other tournament, this would be over right now. But because we have effectively the most lax rules, you can Deliverance and Kobe. Like, yeah,
What's going on?
I think even the Wraith is like,
Did he just figure? He just figured it out. Oh my gosh! Wow, even the best can miss things every once in a while.
Yeah, I think this might be their first time playing with this rule set, so I can kind of understand.
Yeah, and this was a very, very big change to the rule set. For so long, you weren't allowed to Kobe unless you had Deliverance. You know, obviously the new unhook mechanic wasn't in place yet. So this is a pretty big change.
True. And it's funny because it doesn't even matter because Friends to the end, they find Ace, hook them, find the survivor that also Kobe'd, and put them back on hook.
Wow. What a interesting first match. Truly unique.
And very much a slaughterhouse.
A one-of-a-kind experience you can only get here at Championship of the Fogs, folks.
I wish I could have a Wraith game like that. I have not seen a dominant performance from Wraith like that in a long time.
That's what my Wraith matches are like all the time, so...
Wait, when you're the Survivor or the Wraith?
Survivor.
Okay. All right, everyone, welcome back to Champions of the Fog. We are loading in for the mirror match of the Ghost Face. And once again, we are joined by Eternal and Timeless on this magical journey through eternity. I love these two names. These are great.
No, it's wonderful. I feel like they should take each other to prom, you know?
I think that would
Timeless
end in
Eternal.
blood.
Well, it sure did in the last round, so I mean...
That is fair.
Not so much with the sneaking, but immediately finding the Dwight and in chase. That's not Dwight, is it?
That is an Ace.
No, that's Ace.
Look at that gen almost done. Oh my goodness.
You know, I think maybe they've learned something from the last round. I think they're going to be playing this a little bit differently and trying to make it a bit longer and get a little more done.
Quite possibly. And Survivor being lost in the chase, I think that might have been a lucky break potentially. Ooh, and a Face the Darkness. We got some more hexes here, T. A lot more hexes.
What do we got?
Well, we saw Ruin, and we see Face the Darkness, but we also see Sloppy Butcher.
My favorite.
Hey, you know what? Sloppy Butcher's getting changed in the next one, so I don't want to hear it. You got your wish.
Honestly,
it's getting nerfed.
Thrilling, because the new Sloppy Butcher is the most infuriating. Some people probably don't think that. It's because I am old. I'm not old. I've played for a while, and so I liked old Sloppy Butcher.
Looks like it's also a pain res.
So we know all 4 perks then.
Yeah, we do. We know all 4 of the perks here. They are very active perks for the killer. First took for first gen. Survivors really cranked that first gen out. That was insane. Like I'm sitting here trying to think like, what on earth could they have brought to let them do that?
I mean, there were 2 on. One of them maybe had the toolbox.
It's possible.
I mean, maybe, you know, it's last round. Last round was pretty intense, and it's possible that they are just trying to play a points game now, and they are, you know, they were like, we want to get 1 gen done. We're going to try and hedge our bets and like get ourselves a little bit of momentum and kind of dump everything into that 1 gen initially. The question is, what are they working on now?
I think they're trying to work on getting this unhook, and it probably will work. Yeah, they are going to be able to get the hook, but not before she goes second stage, and Body Block's coming in, second gen falling,
no.
Ace still on the ground, 2 slugs.
And unfortunately, that Body Block definitely cost the Nia a little bit of time here.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, a great dead heart, though.
Really nicely done.
Absolutely.
But I think only buying a little more time before the inevitable.
Yeah, I think so. And it looks like there is no decisive strike. So that is going to be Death Hook coming for Nia. Just a split second too late for the save. They did get the pick up on Ace, however.
I was about to say, in the meantime, the ace is up. So we've got 2 gens, 3 survivors left in the game, 3 gens to do. Always a little bit of a precarious situation to be in. I like to be up in numbers to gens, but we'll see if maybe they can get a couple more done here.
Indeed. Definitely a full gen more than the previous match, and they did get a reset as well through Sloppy Butcher, so survivors are a little bit of a better spot. The problem is that I think most of the gens that have been done are on one side of the map.
Yeah, this has certainly been a more successful round for them so far, but I think you're right. And unfortunately, when you've got 1 survivor on hook and you've only got 2 left, someone's got to get on a gen, somebody's got to rescue, or somebody has to take Jace, somebody has to rescue. It kind of puts you in a rough spot. This gen having a little bit of progress, but Ruin coming in to foil the plans. Really, really nice getaway by the Kate.
Indeed. But that, again, that Ruin is going to be arresting that gen. Kate running into the back here. And it looks like Ace is actually the one that's almost 99. They do get the unhook on Yui. But yeah, I think you might be right. I don't know if they're going to be able to finish another generator here. This Ghostface has a lot of pressure built up.
Yeah, they're kind of getting caught into that cycle of, you know, rescue, try to reset, maybe, you know, try to get another gen done. But this is a really, really tough position, not to mention the fact that they've got a stealth killer, and not to mention the fact that they're still going up against Eternal, which is a big ask.
That is true. That is very, very true. It looks like they failed a skill check? Or maybe no darkness deactivated, so I'm not really sure what that was. Probably a failed skill check, it seems like.
Oh, almost got away. Oh, wow, wow, wow.
Oh,
really nicely done.
Indeed. Unless it was a diversion. There could have been a pebble in play.
I wouldn't love to see a pebble.
True. You know, on this map, I don't think it's even a bad idea. Oh, looks like they do find the survivor's blood.
There's a lot of places that you can kind of get lost in here, and, you know, oh,
getting hit on the iframes. So they will be able to get the unhook, but what is it for? Can they get the pickup on Ace and try and get a reset going? I think you're right. I think they're just in this this snowball here where the survivors can't really get any pressure back.
Yeah, and this is kind of the worst feeling when you're playing Survivor, is when you feel like there's really nothing you can do and that the end is kind of inevitable. It's really, really hard to fight the mental game in that, and to try and push through, and even just to try and kind of clear your head and think about, well, what really do I need to be prioritizing? It can be really, really difficult.
For sure, and barring any untimely Kobe's, that will be 4K2 for the Ghostface. Again, I don't think they're going to be hanging out next to the hook this time.
No. And, you know, unfortunately, I think the survivors, they definitely played better in this round. They got more done. This is just a really dominant killer who is incredibly good at this game. And, you know, knows the maps really well, knows their killers really well. It was a really big ask for any team.
Absolutely, and it looks like just looking for the ace now as both survivors are progressing to death stage. I do believe Ace is still fresh, but I don't believe that ends up mattering here as they will be bleeding out. I don't know where they're bleeding out. Do you think they're in like maybe the exit? Oh nope, there's Gross. Okay, Ace giving them the Gross signal.
Well, either way, very well played by both sides. A good game. And we'll see how it goes for the swap up.
Indeed, as again, we'll be moving on to set number 3 soon. Oh, there is the deliverance in the Ghostface's face. And I think Ace is just kind of hoping that Hash spawns somewhere in front of them. There is off the record as well. Ghostface is going to go ahead and take the hits. Ace, give us your ears. Firecracker coming down, not getting a blind. Getting pushed back.
Wouldn't that have... Oh. You know, sometimes there's a nice little understanding between survivor and killer. We love to see moments like that.
It was pretty precious as the moment is over. Ace is sent back to the campfire via the entity, and the Ghostface will have their 4K2. I do believe, unless I'm hearing otherwise, I think that Eternal is going to be winning this set.
Yeah, I think that points-wise...
Alright, everyone, welcome back to Champions of the Fog. So, previous game, turns out some wrong stuff was brought, which resulted in a game loss, and we're moving on to round number 2 promptly with Dark Owls and Eternal. Dark Owls bringing out the Nurse on the Suffocation Pit. And, you know, I do love to see some age-old names in the game, and we see immediately an ultimate weapon. Very common pick on the Nurse. Curious to see if anybody brought Calm Spirit or not.
Well, I don't know about that, Rue, but you sure do calm my spirit.
Aw, how long have you been holding on to that one?
Well, it's been 84 years.
Isn't that boat movie?
You did not just call it that boat movie.
I did.
We don't have time
just
to
like this
unpack
Kate tried to
all of
pounce on a
that.
nurse.
You know what? It's always worth a shot. You know, 6 times out of 10, it works every time. So
You know, that's fair. And that will be first down award to the Nurse. Curious what's going to be the case here. It looks like they're going to be taking a potential basement hook. Not sure, but yeah, it looks like they will take a basement hook after all. And that is, in fact, agitation, as that Nurse is booking it down those stairs.
does a nurse really need to go any faster, though? That's the question that I'd like to know.
I mean, you know, Nurse is just a fan of Sonic. Also, this is what I love about having no rules and no perk bans. Notice, there's no corrupt intervention. This Nurse was just like, nah, you ain't gonna do gens anyway.
This is going to be a wild ride. I have a feeling our survivors are going to be moving and grooving and are going to have a very hard time getting anything done here.
Is entirely possible. Also, worth noting, someone did bring Calm Spirit because a survivor in the basement did not scream. It looks like it was the Ace. Beautiful stun. Ace showing Kate how you stun a Nurse with a pallet.
See, 6 times out of 10, it works every time.
There you go. Looks like Ace holding around the backside. They do manage to finish one generator, but that means Nurse coming down and checking the basement. They suspect something is up.
We didn't see that other survivor leave basement, so that was... I feel like that was a fair thing to check, but it looks like they're going to be moving right on. Maybe going back after that Ace, or patrolling for that Kate again, who just got healed, so...
Yeah, looking around, not seeing anything. We do see the... Okay, there's all the screams that we were looking for.
And we know how Nurse loves people to scream.
Oh, yeah, because, you know, they're in a constant state of screaming.
I know I am when I'm playing against Nurse.
You know, that is so valid. Ooh, trying to bait the pallet stun, but not going to go for it, and just barely whiffing into Kate's back, even with the 30% extended lunge range from Heavy Panting.
Yeah, that was a nice play by the Kate. It looks like she's going to be hanging on back here in this area. Not too many resources for the Kate to use right over here. And it looks like maybe the Nurse has lost her.
Kate's just doing a really good job. Kate is holding edge map and is just being a complete demon in the map. Like, this is what I love to see. This is when people are like, man, Nurse is so hard to go against. Yeah, she's hard to go against, but there's counterplay. Look at that. A dead hard to boot.
Really nicely done. This Kate is buying a lot of time for her team. 2 gens have popped, which is wonderful to see. Nice little dodge, but unfortunately not quite enough as she goes down and is going in for a second hook.
Indeed. Agi getting them a little bit further into the map. We've seen Agi and we've seen Ultimate Weapon, and that is also a Pain Resonance. So 25% off the most progressed generator, and Nurse quickly trying to identify what gen is being worked on as. I know we saw Ace briefly ratting out over in this side, but yeah, Nurse heading back over to mid-map.
sounds like we have a gen with a pretty good progress in this area. Nurse going to do her best to get them off of that. And it looks like we're going in for a kick as well. And that is going to be that pesky perk.
Don't you love Pop Goes the Weasel?
I was trying to think of another like a P word. I was going to do a really good alliteration. And I failed.
That's okay. I support this.
I'm sorry, chat. I disappointed you all. I'll work on my alliteration game, though.
But not as much as I disappointed my parents by casting Dead by Daylight. Anyway, that is a third gen going off for the survivors.
Rue, we do not have time to unpack all that here.
I mean, the survivors are making time to unpack these pallets on the nurse. Dear goodness.
You were making fun of that cave for going for a pallet stun on the nurse, but as far as I can tell, she's 2 and 3, so...
I mean, I think that's just more, boast to the Kate's ability to throw pallets on the killer. Survivor's doing a great job right now.
Yeah, this is actually going incredibly differently than I anticipated based on the beginning.
Can they not pick up?
Things were... What?
Fledit, where are you?
Is she stuck?
She can't pick up.
His space bar broke.
Yeah, we just got word that the nurse's space bar on the keyboard is broken. Oh
no.
That is... I'm about to say, like, quick, shift the keybind, do something. But I don't actually know if you can shift keybind mid-match, can you?
I think you can.
Okay.
You absolutely can, because I've done it before. I think... Oh, man, that is unfortunate. That gave our survivors
bad for them.
So much time to get stuff done, and both of those final gens popping. That is so incredibly unfortunate. But it just goes to show you, weird things can happen in comp games, just like they happen in your regular games.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I feel so bad for Rats here. Because, yeah, that would have been a pain res, potentially. Another pop. This game was not over like that, but yeah, not being able to actually, pick up the survivor is a bit of a problem.
Yeah, that's brutal. And I feel like the match was going well for both sides up until that point. That's just one of those really unfortunate things that sometimes happens.
I'll admit, I've never had my spacebar break, but I imagine if I was mid-match, I was like, wait, why wasn't I picking up? And then I noticed that, like, no matter what I just, like, oh no. Like, existential dread.
Yeah. Oof, 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 oof.
Unfortunate, but that will be 5 stages to the nurse. And I'm going to go out on a limb and guess that that hiccup will definitely cost Night Owls the set, unfortunately. But... Alright, everyone, welcome back to Champions of the Fog. Eternal did, in fact, take set number 1 as, well, it turns out when you can't pick up and hook survivors, you can't really do much, and we are into set number 2. It is now the Spirit Mirror, and it's going to be Zaka killing for Eternal against Night Owl's Survivor team. Spirit immediately on the private main building. I think they spotted an Ada, and yeah, Ada very much knowing that.
Yeah, and so far today, we've seen Zaka dominate in these games. I am wondering how you think their nurse is gonna, or their spirit's gonna be.
Their spirit's pretty deadly. No way around it. And we'll just have to see if the survivors are able to pull anything out here. Here comes the phase, trying to get Firecracker blind. And I think they did distract Spirit long enough to get back to this tile, but now the question is, how do you hold this tile?
Yeah,
or not?
It's not a really, really clever decision by the Ada.
Spirit looking around. There is a survivor in the wing, potentially. Checking the rocks back here. I have also seen survivors bluff this. Oh, no, it is not a bluff.
Really
it is, in fact,
nice.
a flashlight.
Little bit of a waste on that pallet, potentially, but really, really nice blind by the ace.
I mean, what are you going to do? Save it for next game?
Well, no, but I mean, if she was still in the blind animation, then...
I think it was just a matter of putting as much distance and a block between them as possible. Oh my goodness, Ada's doing so good. Worth noting, I don't know if anybody's caught this yet. Ada has Iron Will, so she's extra stealthy.
She ran that really, really well, made some very good choices. That ace coming in and getting that blind, buying them a little bit of extra time. We should be seeing at least one gen popping soon, maybe two if they're lucky.
Yeah, Adam has a lot of gen pressure. It looks like Ace is going to be following suit with a generator, possibly. No deadlock. Spirit kind of just content to hang around here. There is a lot of pressure on this specific side of the map. You've got 2 gens right next to the hook.
And it looked like Zarina had gotten off of their gen, making their way over here, potentially to come in for the rescue.
Does look like it could be the case, but she's not setting up for the rescue just yet. Very peculiar. I'm curious what the plan is here from Zarina. Now coming in for the rescue. Last possible second. No? Oh, she does have Calm Spirit.
Before going for that rescue is going to be a hook trade. Zaka opting to hook instead of going directly after that Ada, but probably going to be hot on her trail right about now.
It does make sense. That was actually a pain resonance, so getting a chance to slow down this gen over here on main building side even more. Looks like it's still in the process of regressing as well. And if she has Calm Spirit, my guess is that she also probably has Deliverance. Deliverance and Calm Spirit go hand in hand with this rule set. I think the ace went past you.
Yeah, we're looking for the ace hiding somewhere over there. Looks like they saw some scratch marks going back through main building.
Mm-hmm.
There he is, crafty guy.
Ace with the built-in Iron Will, you might even say. It looks like, and yeah, there is the Deliverance. Ace will take a tag. Zarina kind of stealthing out. FaZe coming in.
Did you notice, Rue, that it looks like the ace dropped the flashlight for the Zarina to pick up?
Really?
Yeah, that is traded hands. I believe the Zarina now has flashlight in hand.
Interesting. Oh, wait, you mean for the flashlight save earlier? That was Zarina.
Oh, that was Zarina? I thought that was Ace.
No, Ace was doing a gen.
Oh, well, chat, don't listen to me. I'm just perpetually wrong.
In the killer's eyes, they all bleed the same.
Wow. That's also dark.
All these survivors are injured. Sprint person going to get Zarina a little bit of distance away, but yeah, they need a reset really badly. There's the reset.
Adam and Ada both fully healed. Maybe trying to meet up with Ace, although if Ace hasn't taken a hook, he might not be as worried and wanting to get back on a gen. Question is, who is working on gens right now, and what do they have done at this point? Because those first 2 popped quite quickly.
Mm-hmm.
This one over here has got a lot of progress.
It does,
well,
and with the pop goes the Weasel. Yeah, a little bit less now. Looking around the back of Shack. I'm sure this is what the survivors wanted. They wanted a survivor to go to Shack's side. Ooh. Oh my goodness, I didn't see this Ada at all.
No, she was stealthing incredibly well.
Mm-hmm.
These survivors playing really, really well against the Spirit.
Ooh, hitting the iframes on this Zarina instead of Ace, but that means she is free for the tunnel out. I imagine Adam's working on a main building gen right now. I imagine there's going to be a pre-drop. Yeah. They're going to use all the resources over here on Shack's side.
Yeah, going to be buying themselves as much distance as they can, trying to prolong being out of this match as long as they can, but potentially accepting their fate.
Yeah, unless it's the decisive, this will be lights out for Zarina, but will it be enough to let them finish a generator? Let's find out. Adam and Ace cranking away with the Prove Thyself in hand. Is it going to be enough to finish the main side? I think it is.
It's going to be a little bit close, but they are going to get it done.
Oh, and
Moving
Ada in the back as well.
Ada, that's a lot of progress on that gen. So
absolutely.
They've got one regressing pretty badly on the other end, which may have no progress at this point. But Ada definitely has one going. Ace probably going to set up on another one. Adam taking chase here at the main building. Ada
Yeah.
kind of getting involved, unfortunately, on that gen back there.
It does make sense. I think the Spirit heard Ada in the back working on the generator, and now splitting off onto the Ace. Survivors are about to be all injured.
Adam back on that gen across the map. Everyone is injured. This is potentially a really, really scary place for our survivors to be. If Ace goes down, Adam is going to be in a bad way. Adam's got to see if maybe they can find a way to get the Ada, but never mind. They're going to go in for the pickup. Ace gets a bit of a reprieve. We'll see if they can get a reset in here somehow.
They're going to need one. You do have, this gen back here is going to start regressing pretty hard, but you did break the really bad part of the 3 gen. You got a bit of a split now. Ace can go reset with Adam. Even if Ada dies for this and it becomes a 2v1, you finish at least one more generator most likely. And the question is, can you finish the 5th one? And that's the big question. Looks like Spirit looking around for the reset location, but as I say, there's no way it's on this side of the map. The reset is 100% either middle or shack side.
Yeah, absolutely. It would be a wild choice to try and reset over here.
Oh, Ace is gonna sit back on the gen.
Yeah, it looks like they're just going for the 1. Honestly, I think that's smart at this point. That gen has a good amount of progress. You only need one person to get a rescue off, potentially.
Mm-hmm.
But it looks like he is not going to make that.
Yeah, Survivor's keeping the Spirit honest, saying, all right, if you're going to leave this, you're going to get the unhook, but unfortunately for Ada, that will be death hook, and now Adam sneaking on back here to work on the generator. Not using the 1 near main. I guess they realize there's not enough resources left.
Yeah, and again, this kind of comes back to this being a comp game versus pubs. That impetus to just run in and save is kind of not here. This is about a lot more patience and calculation and figuring out what they can do to get the most points. If Adam had gone for that rescue and gotten tagged before they got the rescue, or gone down, that would have been the end of the match. So honestly, sacrificing, the Ada in order to potentially get another couple of gens done, probably the right decision.
I would tend to agree, and that will be first coming in for Ace. Possibly even a pain resonance, but I don't think we're going to be seeing too many more gens get completed here.
Yeah, this is a really, really tough spot, unfortunately. Our Survivor team has played really, really well in this match. It's just unfortunate that their first Survivor got out kind of when they did. They probably needed that extra person for a little bit longer to try and get at least one more gen done, but you never know. Strange things happen in these games, so.
Indeed, but unless the exit gates are really bad, I'm not sure what you can do. And not to mention, if Eternal Survivor Squad was able to get 4 gens done, that's enough to secure the win condition here as well, since it's a gens priority. So even if they are able to get somebody out, which, okay, we got 1 exit out on main building. Adam did stick to this gen for quite a while.
Yeah, I think, and that's kind of all you can do at this point is just kind of commit and see what you can get done. Maybe try and sneak away for a rescue, but this is going to be really tough.
It really will be, and I think the exit gates are both on main side. If I'm looking at the other side of, yeah, I think it is, which that pretty much seals the deal for Adam. Adam is a very dead man, I believe.
Yeah, that kind of seems to be the case here, but not for lack of trying.
True, not for lack of trying. And obviously Spirit did need to go over there and check the gens, just because if they were sitting on the gen and not going for the save, they could have technically made it a 4th gen, which is potentially something that could have altered the game result, but ultimately Ace, she even senses it. She's like, hold on. Are they on the gen again? Because yeah, you don't want this 4th generator finish, but yeah, it looks like that is not going to be the case. Now the question is, was Adam actually stealthing by Shack? That would be
maybe, but
Giga Brain.
But even so, well, actually though,
No, they were setting up by an exit gate. Okay. I'm about to say, I don't even know how they would get over there. The Spirit did such a good job of ensuring that no one got to that vicinity. So that does make sense. Spirit looking around to see if Adam makes their way over, but it doesn't seem to be the case.
No, I think that Adam knows better.
Yeah. And that will be 3 gens completed. If Eternal Survivor Squad was able to get 4 done, that will be enough for the win condition. Yeah, both exit gates are on main building side. Adam, however, almost done.
Oh?
Is that a wake up?
I think he makes this.
I think
He
that's
does.
wake up. That has to be wake up, right? No, it wasn't. He was just
No.
on that door the moment it started. All right, everyone, welcome back to Champions of the Fog. We're loading in for round number 3. It is Elysium versus Eternal. And, you know, despite the times I have seen this name and matchup touted so many times, but it never gets old.
No, this is the kind of match that you get super, super excited and super hyped to cast for. Both of these teams are behemoths, absolute beasts. This is going to be a fantastic match to watch. We're starting off with Hummy Mummy herself. Really, really nice dodge by the Adam here at the burnout. Just gets clipped there.
See that? You see that blood favor?
I do. I do see it.
And looks like they're going to go down underneath it. And I don't think it's going to matter because it does deactivate in time, but nobody is there for the pickup. And that will be first hook coming in real quickly.
It does look like, based on the auras, that we could see that maybe there were a couple of survivors over on that gen across the map. So that should have some pretty good progress for them.
More than likely. We did have Corrupt Intervention in the very beginning, and we do see that blood favor as well. So we know 2 perks. Looks like they're already coming in for the unhook. Quick unhook on the Adam. Looks like Ace was the one to come in for the save. Adam will be receiving a thorough tunneling. Ooh, and you see that aura as well. That would be an Undying. There was a dull totem in that tile.
And it looks... Oh!
Huh. It's like, why is he running at the killer? That's interesting.
That was an interesting choice. You know, Huntress is one of those killers where I play her the most, probably right now, out of all of the killers. And I know inherently that I'm not supposed to drop the pallet with the hatchet raised. I do know it. And every time I end up on the ground going, why did I do that?
That's so valid, though. Ooh, Huntress clipping. Ooh! Oh my goodness!
Claude here trying to sneak this gen. And it looks like she is going to get it done.
Oh my goodness. There was like 2 narrow misses there. Huntress doing their best to try and clip them off the gen, but that will be first gen down. We do see the babushka, the flower babushka, and the oak haft, which after the PTB announcement to the changes coming live, I'm surprised they didn't nerf the wind-up timing at all. It's just they're reverting the change to her movement speed when she has a hatchet wound up, which is very interesting. I'm curious what they're going to do now.
Yeah, that's definitely an interesting choice that I absolutely know about.
Oh yeah, and ooh, that is the Oakhaf coming in for value. Second gen going down. First hook coming in for Dan, and I imagine Adam will be in desperate need of a reset as they're heading back into the middle of the map with Huntress hot on their heels.
Gonna be motoring, probably looking for either a reset or maybe somebody to come in and intercept for him, do a little bit of body blocking, give him a break potentially, although I don't know that he's gonna find the reprieve he is so desperately looking for.
I think he's just taking opposite side of the map to get a gen. I think that's all that's being done. I think they're just trying to waste as much time. They know that there's not much you can do about this tunnel out. Also, I am so confused by this outfit that Huntress wears. So we got the hooked on you outfit, but at the same time, what is that headpiece?
It's from the, isn't it the one that came with Alice in Wonderland?
Oh, you know what? That might be the case. Yeah, an unfortunate skill check from Jake as they were met with a skill check they could not complete. I hate that. I would love it if Behavior was able to get rid of that. That would be the best thing.
Yeah, that's such an unfortunate thing to happen. And it happens much more frequently than you'd like. That was a really nice dodge by the ace.
Oh,
he
yeah.
definitely felt that one going by.
Very much so. Oh, not dropping the pallet. Mine is going at the fun bus, but they will go down. Third and fourth gen completing for the survivors. In the meantime, though, survivors are not wasting any time. This will be second hook coming in for the ace. The question is, did the survivors manage to break any 3-gen that exists or not?
Yeah, this has been an interesting match so far. Like we said, both of these teams are absolute beasts at this game. They are so good. And so this game is going very quickly, but kind of on both sides. There have been a decent number of hooks already, and 4 gens done. We did see the Claude somewhere working on one of the gens as well.
Oh, man, look at that undying value.
Ooh. Jake gonna be in a lot of trouble here.
Yeah, they did not expect Jake to get found out there. They were stealthing well, and so Jake's gonna be like, wait, how did they see me? I'm pretty sure that at this point, survivors might have noticed that there is an undying in effect. Which is funny, because they haven't even bothered to try and cleanse Blood Favor yet. Oh, it's a beautiful tap. Coming
in, unfortunately trading, and now all of our survivors are injured, which going up against a Huntress is rough business. It only takes one skillful shot to put this match in jeopardy for our survivors.
Absolutely, for real, though. And Ace stealthing out at main, looking to go around the edge, maybe holding W back to go for the unhook. It seems like Huntress is more interested in the Jake, who has 70-something% on this generator. Survivors are no joke on these gens. Oh my god, it's a beautiful dodge as well, forcing them to commit to this chase while they get the unhook on Claudette. The question is, do they go for a reset, or do they go and try and finish the 5th generator here? I don't know. I think given how close that gen is to where Jake's gonna be hooked, it looks like looks like they're committing to the gen. I think they're resetting.
No, now they're resetting. They were on the gen, I think, but I think, yeah, going for that reset is definitely, that gen's not close enough.
It's close, but it's too close to the action, I think, is the problem. And with both those servers being injured, I think this is the correct move on their part. Get a reset. And the gens are split, no doubt about that. The gens are fully split. You've got one far at the top of the map that's up there in that pocket, and then you got one back near, effectively 5, so gens are well split. However, Claudette not bothering to reset, only letting Ace get the reset instead. I'm guessing Claudette's gonna be sitting up on that top gen.
Yeah, it looks like this might be one of those times where, Jake's got a couple of hook states to give, so either maybe they're going to let him hang, or Claude is going to try and sneak away and get that rescue. I kind of think maybe you let him stay and you try and get as much progress on the gen as you can, but this Huntress is just exacting so much pressure on these survivors. She knows exactly what's going on. She is not letting them sit on that gen.
They really are, and an Ace will go down. Is Claudette able to get the unhook? Is there going to be a second stage confirmed? Yeah, it looks like they're running in. There's the background player letting them sprint to the unhook, and they do get it before second stage. However, this will be death hook for Dan.
Yeah, oh, that gen is so close. This is so tough.
Oh,
nice.
Baiting the dead hard.
That was close. Dropping that popper. Looks like no blind happened there. Jake just holding W, running as fast as he can, maybe trying to buy a little time for that Claude to potentially pop that last gen. They are at the other end of the map. It might be able to happen, but Jake going down in the meantime.
Oh, they're on the gen close.
Oh.
Wait, she doesn't notice. She's going back and looking around. I think she's gonna notice at some point. She's none the wiser, actually. She's waiting. Oh, she might be worried about a decisive strike. She doesn't know that Jake was working on the gen. They know that there's the dead hard. Dead hard, decisive go together like, bread and butter. The problem is that you saved me. I was gonna say breader and bud.
Breader and butt, everybody. You heard it here first from your casting man himself, Rue.
Speaking of breader and bud, this gen's about done.
And she doesn't know.
Huntress doesn't know.
Do you see them in the background? Oh my god, what a good reference.
To be fair, that does mean the end of decisive, so Huntress will have her 4K most likely, as Claudette is still injured, and I don't know if you can hide from the Huntress on this map.
Yeah, I don't think so. But 5 gens isn't nothing, and our survivors played incredibly well. I think the real question, though, that everyone is asking Rue is, what is your Huntress skin that you run?
So I just rock the full, I rock the full Hooked on You skin. Also, by the way, the nerves of Steel real quick on that Claudette to not double back into the preemptive hatchet was nasty.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, I'm a full background enjoyer. Or the Hooked on You enjoyer. There we go. Hooked on You enjoyer.
I myself am a runner of the owl skin. Don't see it very often, but I think it is so classy.
You know, I can get behind it. Also, the Baba Yaga skin's pretty sweet. But yeah, the owl skin is definitely a good one.
And it looks like that is going to do it. Our Huntress is going to secure that 4K, but our survivors got all 5 gens done. They almost managed an out.
All right, everyone, welcome back to Champions of the Fog. We are back for set number 2. Elysium once again cranking out the killer. It is now the Death Slinger, and Elysium did manage to get the W in set number 1. So Eternal needing to take the W here in set number 2 to force a tie of set number 3, or is Elysium going to get a 2-0 sweep for this qualifier? Immediately finding the Atom and zoning them back into the tile.
And I love watching a good slinger match.
Oh, yeah.
I am excited to see this, especially with 2 teams who are as good as these 2 teams are. I am so excited to see some crack slinger shots just like that one, just threading the needle and grabbing the Atom. Oh, slightly behind and unable to hit. But that was a really great shot.
It was. I feel bad because, yeah, there's just enough collision between the two that they couldn't stop the chain from breaking, and Adam staying at this. We hear the jet in the background, though, is firing on all cylinders, vaulting over the top, and this will most likely be a down coming in. And yeah, we do see that over in the corner. Another Blood Favor 2 boot, which is very interesting. Not going to stop that gen from firing, instead just going to go for the hook.
Adam doing a really great job of running just now. Just like you said, there was just that little bit of collision. Really good job on him finding that to break the chain just a little bit sooner, and a pretty good job at that tile, giving them enough time to get that first gen done. Question is, what else do they have cooking up?
Is a good question. Oh, a Grim Embrace as well, going to be preventing the gens from being worked on for just a little bit longer. We did see Claude in this area. She seems to be running back towards the bus. Ooh, a Reassurance immediately from the Ace, but a beautiful shot.
Wow,
I'm guessing Ace trying to sneak in
wow.
for the Deliverance on hook, but is not going to be allowed that. Blood Favor also coming into play, blocking off these. Okay. If you had made that shot, I might have, fangirl screamed a little bit, but.
Zeno not messing around here, going for these tough shots, and definitely putting on a good show for us.
Indeed. We do hear a little bit of progress on the gen over here by the dump truck, but not a lot. However, that Reassurance is going to buy the survivors a lot of time. They don't have to come in here for a while, and if I remember correctly, even if you say if you go to second stage, I think you can reapply Reassurance after second stage?
I think that is correct.
I think that's the way that works. To be fair, I don't know of how many games that I've ever seen where that comes into play, but...
Yeah, I've only seen it happen maybe once, but they are certainly going to use this Atom to buy as much time as they can. The question is, where are they? What gens are they on?
True. Dan getting a full reset in the meantime. Second stage about around the corner. And they're working on the ones in the surrender area. Again, not able to finish the one in the center shack. And there is second stage confirmed. We see a survivor running off to the edge of the map. It looks like it's the Jake. Trying to take a shot, but not going to connect. And Death Slinger going to be
No, I was just going to say, it looks like Slinger is kind of going back and forth, trying to decide, do I leave them and risk a rescue, or am I going to go and try and push these survivors off gens? And that's kind of one of those hard decisions that you have to make.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Zoning the Ace into the 4 lane, but Death Slinger like, yep, that hit the rock. And yeah,
Rock
second
OP.
stage. Actually, does Ace have Reassurance, or is it a different survivor? Double procking the gens, though.
Wow.
Yeah, you are right. They are banging out the gens right now. In the meantime, this survivor's been on hook for a while. Is this like... Do they have kinship as well? No,
I
not
don't know,
kinship.
but-
Yeah, kinship. Yeah, or camaraderie as it's now called.
Adam sure is spending this match just watching things happen from the hook, but you know what? This is a strategy. This is working incredibly well for them.
It is.
I'm concerned that our killer is not being a little more pushy and aggressive. That is going to hurt so much. That ace getting off the Adam. That sounded bad. I didn't mean it like that, chat.
And for the people while the Deathslinger wasn't looking.
Wow, 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 wow. Incredible, incredible teamwork.
That was amazing.
Really beautifully done. It looks like our Jake is going to take a hook, but that is fine. They only have 2 gens left. All 4 survivors are still up. Adam is the only one who could die on next hook. They have got the time. Our Deathslinger is going to have to get pushy here. He is going to have to be aggressive, and he is going to have to go after these survivors because they are just working these gens.
Absolutely. Fun bus where they're being taken chase at right now. Going for a really cheeky hit, and they will connect. The question is, do they get to connect? No, not quite. Coup de grace would have saved that for sure.
Oh,
that was so close.
that was a really, really good shot. Super close. Just managing to dodge it. Looks like the Jake is getting rescued. Hopefully going to get a reset, and wondering which gens they are working on and if anything is close to popping at this point. It should be.
Indeed. I imagine... You can hit through that?
I don't know, but I hate that for me.
Absolutely, and that'll be first hook for Dan. Worth noting is that there has been some pain resonance being thrown around as well. I don't know if we called that out. Second gen, oh my goodness, one's already ready to pop practically. There is the deliverance that we were expecting, trying to get the leading shot on Adam, but yeah, Survivors did a phenomenal job negating the killer's pressure on Adam in the beginning. This has been very back and forth.
Yeah, and that was kind of the perfect example of the amount of patience that these survivors have. They said, you know what? We're just going to let Adam sit there. They used their perks to their advantage. They used the fact that our killer was kind of patrolling hook to their advantage, and they just got everything done. That is our fourth gen going. They've got 1 left. I'm sure they've got something somewhere working.
You would imagine so. Oh my goodness.
Really nice shot. Adam coming in, trying to break that chain. Successful. Taking a little bit of aggro for that Claude.
Oh no. Yeah, they're doing a really good job here. Trying to get a shot on them as well. I think what they're trying to do is they're trying to get that last pain res and last Grim Embrace. But Adam, ooh, trying to get through the edge again, but not gonna work.
Wow, wow, wow. They said, not today, sir. We know your games now, and we are not letting you have that twice.
No, not at all.
And these two are just buying a ton of time.
They really are.
I imagine the Adam and Jake are just cranking away on a gen. This is...
Ooh.
Getting that Claude, but the Adam's coming in for the body block again. Wow, must be incredibly frustrating. And it looks like we got a reset on the ace.
Looks to be the case. Another shot. I'm curious what the idea is here.
Yeah, I feel like this is not going to work out, and at some point you kind of have to abandon it and go for a different strategy because these two have got it. They got it down. They know what's going on here.
They do. And another... Oh, I see what they were doing. No for the people, though, because that was on the Jake. But they do finish the last gen in the meantime. Not going to be able to get that last pain res and Grim Embrace. So this will be 4th Survivor hooked here, but not in time to get the rest of those perks to fire off. And now Survivors, if I know anything, they're going to try and get the Survivor out. Well, I guess that's not entirely true. We don't know what the other side is right now. They might not need to get the Survivor out.
No, they might not need to, but they might try anyway, just for style points. And they are, absolutely. Our Slinger went pretty far from hook. There was no reason they couldn't do it. The gate is relatively close. They can body block.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there was no reason not to try.
Ooh, another 4 of the people, though, from the Jake. Claudette will
Everybody
get
coming
hit.
in for a body block. Trying to pull her back as far away from the door as possible. But she's going to use that speed boost to her advantage. Can he get another shot off before they get out? I don't think so, and that is a 4-man out.
All right, everyone, welcome back to Champions of the Fog. We are loading back in for set number 3. Eternal did, in fact, get set number 2, and this is my favorite. Okay, Deathslinger is my favorite because there's no screen tearing, but Trickster, for obvious reasons, is very much my favorite for reasons.
Wait, you like Trickster?
Maybe.
Do you like play him or something?
Maybe. I
Wow,
might
what a
have
nerd.
a couple thousand hours of this killer.
What a nerd, chat.
I am
no,
a
but
nerd.
for real, if you haven't seen Rue's Trickster, you should go by his stream sometime. It is fantastic.
How dare you plug me? But that said, that will be a blood paper revealed. Ooh, a nasty power slap coming in from the Jake, though, trying to get some main event value, but not quite able to land enough, and Jake disappearing into the wind, though I imagine Trickster only has eyes for Ace. Speaking of Ace, I do see in the back there, what fit you're rocking, Trickster?
What is he rocking? He's got that nice little thin stick that we all love.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it's
Okay.
black. It's the black and white standard one.
Yeah,
But like it's like a
pretty
little
standard
fancy.
fit, honestly. I'm into it.
It's a mid fit. It's acceptable.
Mid fit? How dare you?
It is.
Ace doing a really good job holding these corners, doing a fantastic. Yeah, but just enough around the corner, and that will be Ace going down. Claudette, however, in a whole lot of trouble. No, that's.
Oh no.
Oh no, that is Nancy. Nancy, however, doing a really good job again. Yeah, Trick Blades not allowed. It is greed and below add-ons, so not able to bring Trick Blades or anything like that. It looks like it's the Bloody Boa and the Memento Blades. Claudette setting up for something here in the wing, potentially. Now worried about potentially a pallet stun, since they are under the pallet now.
That was really, really well done by the Nancy. She was in quite a bit of trouble. But looks like she was able to avoid that and get away. I don't know. I guess we're just going to avoid this pickup for now.
Yeah, it's too dangerous, and Ace does actually get picked up, so not going to allow that to happen for free. Ooh, Jake taking a tag around the dumpster in the back. Heading towards the side of the map. Jen still regressing. Xeno not wanting it to pop just yet. Blood Favor still activated, though. I was kind of surprised they were mind gaming that for a bit since Blood Favor was still active, but... Ooh, yeah. Thinking correctly, there is a survivor on this generator. We'll chase them away, kick it again, and go for the pickup now. So, the one thing I'm surprised is that... So, on one hand, I appreciate the Bloody Boa. It gives you 8 more blades. But... I'm curious that... So, one of the meta picks right now is Waiting on You Watch, which extends the timer for each knife that you hit consecutively. And combined with Memento Blades... You are slinging blades like nobody's business. So I'm kind of surprised that's not the case, but at the same time, this does mean the killer doesn't have to reload as frequently, potentially, so that might be the thinking behind it. Also, if I say, there's no gens, that was the first gen to pop, and there's only one hook right now, so the game's kind of, this game kind of slowed down a bit.
I was about to say, this is kind of a slow start. We got that Ace down, or was it Jake? No, it was Ace. We got the Ace down very quickly, but then kind of avoided going for that hook just because I think our killer was a little bit worried about getting stunned. But consequently, the game has slowed down for everyone. But we did just see our first gen pop, which means survivors are moving in the right direction. Trickster coming in, getting his second hook, finally going to get that Ace on a hook, and I'm sure he is thrilled about that.
Oh, I'm sure they are, absolutely. Saying Nancy on that totem, getting one ping saying, yeah, no. And instead looking to push survivors away from the generators again. So the interesting thing to me is that out of all these killers, Trickster's now the only one out of the range killers that's 115. Because Huntress, 110, Deathslinger, 110. If you want to say Plague's a range killer, you know, sure, they're 115. But Trickster's the first one to join the 115 squad, it feels like.
And honestly, we love that for him.
Oh, yeah.
He deserves great things.
It just, you
Also,
know,
Rue,
if it didn't cost 2 blades.
every outfit, Rue, is mid when you run the Valentine skin, which is my skin for Trickster.
Really? You like the arrows one?
I'm smitten with his little weird little bloody wings on his back. Phenomenal. An icon.
And Jake over here on the top side of the map doing a really good job waiting it out, going down under the pallets. We'll see if anybody comes in for the unhook. Looks like there was somebody. Nancy ready. 3rd gen going down for the Survivor. Survivor's giving this killer absolute nonsense right now.
Yeah, it looks like they really spread out on those gens because we were both worried about them getting any done, and suddenly 3 have gotten done. Gonna commit to this Nancy, and it looks like the Claude is gonna go in and try and get the pickup on the Jake. Nice stun, nice, almost blind.
Yeah, trying to get the blind, not quite. So this is the biggest thing that I hate as a Trickster player, and I hate that this works. And it's what the Nancy was doing under the pallet. All you have to do is slam AD over and over again and throw your body around, and the hitbox swings so wildly, it is so difficult to actually aim as Trickster when you're doing that. And I hate that that works, and Nancy was doing it exactly like you're supposed to.
Yeah, these Survivors definitely know all the tricks and know how to capitalize on things. We are going to get that reset back on this gen. Pretty early stages on that. And it looks like Ace is maybe going to be thinking about going in for that rescue.
Potentially, yeah. Looks like they spotted Jake, chasing them back. I mean, Jake has been hooked already, so they are a pretty good target here. Zoning them into the back even more. 7 knives hit, ready to lacerate. There's the one injured, getting a tag as well. And this is the thing you have to be careful with is Trickster being 115. He's a little bit more lethal in chase.
Yeah, absolutely. There was a time where you could basically just hold W and you could get away from Trickster, especially if they weren't really using their power all that much. But now he can get those. You know, you can get those shots kind of around the corner as you're going around, and he can kind of wear you down a little bit better now.
True. And Nancy doing a really good job here. It looks like, oh, they have off the record. We see that long-standing endurance status effect. That's why they're coming in. They're really trying to play towards the pickup game against Trickster. And honestly, it does make sense. It makes a whole lot of sense to play this way. It is tough to deal with the pallet pressure that Survivors can force here. Even on Wrecker's Yard, because like I would say Wrecker's Yard is Trickster's best map, hand down.
Yeah. Do you remember? Oh, of course you remember, Rue, when the big wall of cars.
Yeah, on Gas Heaven. Ugh, don't remind me.
And Jake still has not gotten picked up, which is interesting. Maybe because they were chasing too close, but it doesn't matter because that last gen is done.
I'm about to say that I think that's exactly the reason is they didn't want to send a Survivor over to get the pickup when they were just like, all right, we just get the gens done, we're good to go. Oh my goodness, what is going on top of that hill? We might be seeing some snowball potentially from Trickster, but no, they get the pickup on Jake. Ace down now, Trickster waiting. There's the Noed being revealed though. And now the question is, with one Survivor injured, one Survivor mending, what's the play here? Go to basement? Trickster has some options here. Just have to see. With that said, that'll be first hook for the Claudette. Looking around, they did get the pickup on the down Survivor. Exit gate is being worked on. It is 99 and ready to go already. There's the deliverance from Claudette.
You know, honestly, here's the thing. They could have gone for that totem, but they are all injured. This is a sketchy place to be. I don't know about getting that door.
There's the 3-man out. They're leaving Ace to their devices saying, hey, if you can get to hatch, good on you, buddy. But no, it doesn't look like that's going to be the case. And that will be a 6-stage 1K for the killer. And we'll have to see how Eternal's killer fared as, again, they were playing simultaneously as this match. And worth noting, again, we are aware of some of the internet issues. Again, it is an ongoing struggle with my ISP, and we do apologize for that. But we do have these games uploaded in their full quality to the YouTube the following week. And that will be all they wrote for this round, as we'll be moving into the finals. Who moves into the finals, we do not know just yet, but we will be moving on regardless. So again, thank you all so much for watching.